Rowan College of South Jersey's live online classes deliver real-time lectures and face-to-face classroom interaction right to your door.
In a lot of ways, it wasn't much different than any in-person class.
You just turn on your computer and you're in the classroom. It's simple.
We're going through some tough times right now, but live online learning is awesome.
With live lectures and real student interaction, you can learn your way. Visit rcsj.edu to register today.
Hello, and welcome to Rowan College of South Jersey. My name is Fred Keating. I'm the president here at Rowan College, South Jersey, and it's my privilege to welcome the student body as we approach the fall semester. So those of you who are returning to the college, great to have you back. Those of you that are new to the college, welcome. Welcome to your new Institute of Higher Education. We're thrilled to have you with us and part of our family and our community. As we approach September, needless to say, some of the situations that are surrounding us in higher education with regard to the pandemic are extremely confusing and extremely stressful. But we're here to tell you that the Rowan College faculty is prepared to receive you administratively, and our staff are prepared here to support you and to encourage you not to give up on your dream of getting a higher education. This pandemic to us is running longer than we had hoped for. However, we still feel that we can outrun this, and we will outrun it. Therefore, we encourage you not to put a pause or a gap year into your portfolio. This semester we'll have online and synchronized learning. We will have full support student service provision to both online and in person for the student body. So we're thrilled to have you. We welcome you back. We encourage you to keep your dream alive, to recognize that this is one of the best institutions, that we are totally prepared to receive you, and that we hope that we can be together through this transitional period as we as a society move through this pandemic. And as we come out the other side, that you'll be fully intact and you'll be moving on with your education and transfer so that you can complete your degrees. So welcome to the college, welcome to the family. We're thrilled to have you with us. Look forward to seeing you in September.
So welcome, students, to RCSJ. My name is Brendan Rickards. I am the Provost and Vice President of Academic Services here at RCSJ. What we are entering into this term is a semester that is definitely unprecedented in education. For each and every one of you, you are coming to college at a time that none of us had ever experienced in the past. Your prior semester, or the way that you finished high school, or if you finished the semester at another college or at RCSJ before, was one that I kind of look at in the spring as being emergency remote learning. What you experienced was not truly online education. It was really just a method to get you to the end. What RCSJ has done over the summer term to prepare for our fall offerings is our faculty and staff has been working tirelessly, spending hours preparing a variety of different new options for course delivery. All of these online course deliveries are highly, highly developed, and Ms. Van Coy in a few minutes will be telling you about kind of how those are delivered. With that in mind, the faculty that you will be experiencing learning from this semester is extremely dedicated. They are world-class faculty. They're here at RCSJ because they are dedicated to teaching. What our main goal over this semester, and really for the college, is twofold. The first for this term is to keep all of the faculty, staff, and the student body safe and healthy, and this includes you and your families. Our offerings for this term are designed to keep us safe and healthy while giving us the interaction that we crave and need for our education. The second goal is the education piece. The education piece is largely there to get you to your end goal. If your end goal is to spend one semester at RCSJ, a year, or to complete your degree, we are here to support you, and this semester will get you on the way to your goals. With that in mind, on my end, I'm going to turn it over to the panel here in a second because they're going to tell you about some of the exciting programs that you will be hearing on Humanities. For me, I look forward to hopefully meeting each and every one of you when you do ultimately graduate. I hope that you do stick with RCSJ upon your whole career to graduate from us and transfer to a four-year institution. And I would like to meet each and every one of you and shake each and every one of your hands in a physical setting when we are back on campus and we can meet, and I'll shake each and every one of your hands when you cross the stage at graduation. So thank you for coming to RCSJ, and I hope to meet each and every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice President Rickards. As you all know, this is a semester unlike any other. So we're going to be doing things a bit differently this fall in order to ensure the safety of you, your professors, and our college community. Unfortunately, we will not be offering face-to-face classes during the fall 2020 semester. Instead, we will be offering hybrid online and live online courses. Hybrid courses are available for a select number of approved courses that require a lab component. The majority of these classes are not hosted in the Humanities division. Therefore, it's unlikely that many of you will have a hybrid course this semester. If you do have a hybrid course this semester, that course will require in-class attendance, as well as online and live online components. Check your student detail schedule to find out what types of classes you are registered for. You will likely see that you are registered for a combination of online and live online courses. Online courses are our traditional courses that we've been offering at the college for many years, where students are able to attend classes and complete their work online entirely through our e-learning platform and supporting programs. Instructors provide support and content for students to read, watch, and interact with, all online. Students are not required to be online at a specific time for online courses, and you don't need to be at a specific place. Therefore, you can complete these courses at times that are convenient for your schedule, whether you're working or taking care of children. The online program and the online courses are going to be able to provide you with the most flexibility. These courses do still include course deadlines. So for example, you will have specific deadlines for which you will have to complete tests, quizzes, and assignments. But the time of day and day of the week that you do those assignments is entirely up to you. This year, we've added the live online class format to our lineup. We've done this because we recognize the importance of in-person, live, real-time classroom involvement, especially when it comes to some of the subjects in humanities. It's really important to be able to have discussion with your peers and classmates, as well as your professor, to talk about the content that you're reading about outside of class and gain a deeper understanding. The students who are registered for live online courses will attend their courses at specific times during the days of the week. For example, you might have a live online class that meets on Mondays and Wednesdays from 8 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. This means you have to log on to your e-learning portal and access your courses through Zoom at that time, that same time every week, so that you can join your classmates and your professor for a real live class while staying safely social distanced at your home or other location. This will enable you to have an experience that's closest to what you would have if you were coming to campus this fall. When you're enrolled in live online classes, you will also use your e-learning portal to submit assignments and course content. So it's important to know that for both online, live online, and even hybrid courses, your student portal and the e-learning platform is going to be the place that you go to submit all of your work, to find your course syllabus, and read class announcements. And again, to find out what types of courses you are registered for, because many of you may have registered back in May or April before we knew what this fall semester is going to look like, you're going to want to, at the conclusion of today's program, log into your student account and view your student schedule. There you will find out if it's online. It will just list online as the class time. If your course is live online, it's going to list that, and it will list the times and the days of the week that you will be meeting for live online coursework. So that's a brief overview of the types of classes offered this fall. You can find more information about these different class types at rcsj.edu/learn. There we have resources and tutorials for students because we know this fall semester is going to be different, and many of you might feel like you need to do a little bit more to prepare for the fall semester. Just a bit of housekeeping before we move on with the rest of today's program. At the bottom or side of your screen, you will see a chat feature, and there's a little speech bubble that you can click on. If you would like to ask a question at any point during today's program, you can click the chat feature, type in your question, and one of us will either respond to you via chat or address your question at the end of today's program. That's all I have to share with you this afternoon. At this point, I am going to turn it over to Devon Dixon, and he's going to talk to you a little bit about our internship and career planning opportunities at the college.
Thank you, Sam. I appreciate it. Hello, everyone. My name is Devon Dixon, and I am the team coordinator here at Rowan College, South Jersey for the Internship and Career Planning Division. As the title says, we know that you are future ready, and we're here to start you now. Next slide, please. So the first part of our department, we deal with career planning. What we offer is one-on-one career advising. We're here to help you kind of find the right career pathway and match you with the right academic major to help best pursue that. We offer online career assessment, which also enhances and helps you determine if this is the right career or just the right major for me. Next, we follow it up with an interview, resume prep, and then we're going to go into the personal brand development. Basically, it's just to help you market yourself on other social media such as LinkedIn and Instagram. And finally, we have the internship/job search database. You have a database that allows you to connect with our partners through the college, even when you're a student and after you graduate, for jobs and also internships. Next slide. You can start by booking an appointment with one of our career advisors and scheduling an online career assessment, which we call the Focus 2. Again, this is the best help you find your career pathway that suits you, and attend our interview/resume workshops on Zoom coming in the fall. Next slide, please. Final component is our Internship Career Connections. This is a program sponsored by the college where we send students out to employers to be mentored and to gain this experience in the career field that they are looking to go into. You gain 3 college credits, you gain experience in the field you want to go into, and also you're paid. We only offer paid internships here in the ICP division. So this is another way for help you build your portfolio, to learn how to market yourself a little bit better, and to finally find that path that best fits you. And again, this division is here to help you to make future ready now. Hope to see you in the fall. Now turn this over to Dean Paul Ruffino.
Thank you, Devon. Welcome to all of our participants today. Welcome to the Education and Humanities Division New Student Orientation. My name is Paul Ruffino. I am the Dean of this division. And with us today, we have Mr. Kevin Kitcherman, who is our Assistant Dean. Kevin, you just have a few words for us?
Thank you, Dr. Ruffino. Yes, again, welcome all students who are here for the Humanities New Student Orientation. In looking at our list, we saw that there are some of you who are psychology, sociology, or social work majors, or at least pursuing those options, which those options are no longer part of the humanities portion of our division. But since both Dr. Ruffino and I are very, very familiar with those programs, we will address those programs and talk about them at the conclusion of the slide presentation. So hang in there with us, please. All right, Dr. Ruffino, back to you.
Thanks, Kevin. We also have Mr. George Ray with us, one of our advisors, and you'll hear from George in a little bit later in the program. So hang in there, and George, I know you'll be ready for us when we go. Lots of people always like to ask, so humanities, what are they? The slide you see in front of you right now just kind of outlines some of those areas of subjects that fall under the heading of humanities. All of these classes are, these types of classes are offered at RCSJ, although not necessarily all of them come through this division. But this kind of gives you an overview of what the humanities are. You have the next slide, please. The options that are available to all of you in the Education and Humanities division, specifically in humanities, would be an option to follow history, philosophy, or liberal arts, which in the catalog would be listed as an AA in arts and sciences. Next slide. What I'd like to do is take a little bit of time to emphasize each one of these programs and the sequence of courses that you have to take. You may want to ask, why? I wonder why he's doing this right now. It is really very important, no matter what particular course of study you are following, that you follow the program requirements and the suggested 4-semester sequence of courses. I think any advisor that you talk to will emphasize the same thing, that it is important to follow this program sequence as closely as possible to ensure that you hit all of the requirements that are required to graduate within 2 years. The one we're looking at right now is the sequence for arts and sciences. From looking at the list of participants, I know we have several of you out there. This is a great type of sequence to follow when I'm not quite sure specifically what is the career goal I have in mind after I leave the college. You will get all your general education requirements and be prepared to move on to a 4-year institution in just about any field. As we look at the first year requirements, fall and spring semester, you'll notice that all of these classes are general in nature and hit what we call the general education requirements. Next slide, please. In year 2, we have a chance to move out and to explore some other types of classes. When we take a look at lab science electives, social science electives, English electives, you can branch out and see maybe there's something of interest that I've come in contact with, and I'd like to jump into that a little bit deeper. The second year of this program allows us to do that. Next slide, please. Also in the Humanities division, you can follow a sequence of classes for the history option. This particular option will provide you with a strong background in history, political science. Next slide, please. The second year of the program allows you to follow some electives in history and political science to maybe find that niche within the social studies field that you may have a little more interest in. Next slide, please. Some of those courses that we offer, some of the program options you see here that can add to your knowledge in this particular field. Next slide, please. Finally, the third option that you can follow is a philosophy option. This is a relatively new option that we have in the division. It is about 3 years old now, 4 years old. And again, this first 2 years, the first 2 semesters will provide you with a strong general education background. And then as we move into year 2, next slide, please. You have a chance, again, to take some program option electives in philosophy to strengthen your background before moving on to a 4-year college. Next slide, please. And again, some of those classes that we offer in philosophy that will add to the breadth of your education in that area are listed here. Next slide, please. So why are humanities important? It's a question that people constantly talk about. And why are you going into humanities? Why are you taking humanities classes? Why don't you get into some specific field? And it's a good question, but we have to keep in mind that the humanities provides us with many facets to our education that will help us succeed no matter what area we go into. I think if we look at the third bullet, that humanities helps students develop the writing and the critical reading skills that everyone is going to need to think creatively and consider questions from a different perspective. And I think that's really important. And as the next bullet highlights, humanities will help students think critically and logically. No matter what field you enter, those points are extremely important. And taking these humanities classes and following one of these options will only help you succeed in the next area that you want to follow in. Interesting enough, let's just say you want to be a doctor. You don't have to be a biology major or a chemistry major. You can major in history, philosophy, English, any one of the humanities, and move on to medical school, providing you're taking at the 4-year level the necessary science classes. Studies have shown, at least in the medical field, that people who have a humanities degree may even have a better bedside manner than people who are in the STEM division. As I said, the humanities opens up many, many opportunities for you. Next slide, please. I'm going to go through very quickly different jobs that you may not have thought of that are open to people who follow careers in humanities. And we're going to take some time emphasizing one in particular when we get to that. But if we can move through each slide until we get down to high school teacher, just 2-3 seconds for each one. Graphic designer, technical writer, sign language interpreter, travel agents, high school teacher. Let's just stop there for a second, because a high school teacher, many times people want to be a high school teacher in a specific area. And Mr. Ray, who is our advisor for education, perhaps you can talk to some of our students today about how do I become a high school teacher in one of the humanities subjects?
Sure. And I noticed in the attendance, I see some students that I've talked to in this summer. I think I might even shared some of this information with some of you. But yeah, so if you want to be, let's say, a history teacher, I advise history majors here at RCSJ. Upon finishing your history degree here, you would transfer to Rowan, let's say, and you become a history education major, where you follow the requirements for history and also the requirements for secondary ed. And obviously, upon passing all the required tests, you'll become certified to teach history in the state of New Jersey. So the other thing I like about the humanities is it's great start for somebody who might be undecided. Am I going history? Am I going to philosophy, or really much anything? Because if you notice when Dr. Rufino was putting those classes through, a lot of the first year courses were similar. So a lot of times when I have a student who's unsure about which pathway to take, I'll suggest some of those classes, because no matter what you choose, then we can kind of pick those classes up and drop them into the major you choose, because they're liberal across many different fields. So.
Thank you, Mr. Ray. Can we move through the next couple of slides quickly, just so we can see what some of those other degree paths are? And again, this just opens up a whole world of opportunities for you as you move through the humanities. Before we get to questions, Kevin, can you address some of our students out there who are interested in psychology, social work, sociology, who are with us today?
Absolutely. Yes. For those of you who are psychology majors, and we now for the first time on our campus starting this fall, we literally have a degree in psychology. It's no longer an option. All right, and initially you probably applied to the option, but we've since changed that, and now you are officially should be listed as a psychology major, and when you graduate in 2 years, you should get an AA in psychology, right? And our psych program has been aligned with the first 2 years of Rowan's AA in psychology program, and it's also set up, and something that is exciting for us is that psychology is one of the areas that has a 3+1 option, which means that if you choose to join the 3+1 option in psychology, you will graduate from here in 2 years, but you will stay here, take a third year of courses in psychology and other subjects here on RCSJ's campus, and most importantly, pay RCSJ's tuition. And at the conclusion of that third year, you will be transferred to Rowan University, complete your degree in and get an AA in psychology from Rowan University, while saving significant money for you and your family. That's an important thing to consider as a psych major. Those of you who are pursuing the social work option, right? It's a 2-year program here at RCSJ, and the majority of our students, upon graduating here, transfer to Rutgers Camden into their social work program. Although now we've merged with our Cumberland campus, they had a partnership with Georgian Court University, who also has a social work option, or major. So there's at least 2 avenues if you're in the social work option. And sociology, multiple 4-year schools offer a 4-year sociology degree. Ours is lined up primarily with Rowan's degree, which is in it's not a specific sociology degree, but it's in the social sciences, and so it's lined up that way. So in all 3 of those areas, we have programs that are designed to help you transfer. And again, the exciting thing is in psychology, we have a program designed to allow you to stay here for a 3rd year and then transfer to Rowan for 1 year and get your bachelor's degree for a total savings probably of about $25,000. Dr. Ruffino?
Thank you, Kevin. The slide that you see in front of you, if you have any questions, I noticed we didn't have anything come through the chat, but if you wanted to contact either myself or Mr. Kitcherman, our email addresses are on the screen. Please feel free to contact us. Send us an email. We'll get back to you just as fast as possible. I know the both of us are in a habit of checking our email, many times during the day, over the weekend. So we'll get back to you just as quickly as possible. Danny, next slide. And of course, I want to thank everybody for attending. It's nice to have you here. I want to welcome you again to the college. I think you made a great choice in selecting RCSJ. As President Keating said, we welcome you to the family, and we really believe we have a family atmosphere here. So we wish you nothing but the best. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us. We just wish you the best. Stay safe. We hope to see you soon. Mr. Ray, thank you for joining us. Samantha, thank you for your help.
Wait, we have a question.
Oh, okay.
Just popped up. Bailey, if you're a psych major, I believe your advisor is Ms. Pittman, correct, Mr. Ray?
Correct.
All right, so you could reach out to Ms. Pittman if you have questions there. If you have questions about the specific classes or direction you want to take, you can reach out to the Dean of the Nursing and Allied or Health Professions Division is Dr. Sue Hall. And you could also reach out to some of our psychology professors to get some of your questions answered as well. If you need those people's contact information, reach out to myself or Dr. Ruffino or Mr. Ray, and we can give you emails, and Samantha just put up Ms. Pittman's email address for those of you who need to do that. You're welcome,
Okay.
Bailey.
Maybe we should wait a couple more minutes or another minute to see if any other questions pop up on the chat.
We'll see. Some people have to take some time and type.
I have something I can just add. I think one of the common themes you heard this afternoon is that the humanities covers a big breadth of information. So if you happen to earn a 2 years a 2-year degree in one of the humanities majors, you can transfer to a 4-year school, maybe a little off of what you got your 2-year degree in, and you're going to be still in good shape, because the breadth of knowledge that you get from a humanities, a history, a philosophy, you choose it, liberal arts degree, can really position you well for whatever 4-year degree you're looking for next. I know Dr. Ruffino alluded to that. If you can earn a 2-year degree in humanities and really get to go any way you want when you get to the crossroads. So.
Thank you, Mr. Ray. Excellent point. Excellent point. This is a great starting point. I can't emphasize that enough. This is a great starting point, this particular area, especially if you're not sure what you want to do down the road. This is an excellent way to get the classes that you need, as Mr. Ray said, to transfer to a 4-year institution and be on the right path no matter what that path is that you select. Okay, I guess we can wrap it up. We'll say goodbye to everybody, give a big wave. Again, stay safe. We look forward to seeing you virtually or maybe even on campus starting next Tuesday. Take care.
Take care. Have a good semester.
Thanks for coming.